What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 AI only Africa game. At the moment, there's one major thing going on. That is the Mazai trying to take the Ethiopian capital. I don't know how well it's going to go for them because they seem to be struggling. But who knows? Maybe they will get it done. They've got the units here now, but Ethiopia are defending pretty hard. And obviously we know Ethiopia are pretty good at defending. That's kind of their whole thing against people with more cities than them. And as you can imagine, the Mazai have a lot more cities than them. Mazai have got a lot of frigates though, just noticing that could be really helpful for them in the future. Somehow the Garamantes have entered the industrial era. I have no idea how they've managed to keep up with everybody else, unless that is not the Garamantes. I'm pretty sure it is. So, there you go. I imagine it will be. And there you go. Yep, just at the same time as the Garamantes, the Mazai, who are doing pretty badly on technology, to be fair. I have looked. They don't really have any forest or jungle, that's why. Like, compared to all these guys who've got a ton of jungle, they don't really have any. But there you go. They do enter the industrial era in the end. But eventually, size should help them, I guess. They should get big enough to make a difference. Oh, Oman, what are you doing? Why is Oman? There we go. What are you doing, Oman? Why are you messing up the game? Oh, they're finally building some farms. That's good news. Be a bit more food for them. And they've got some resources, so they should be okay. Assyria entering the industrial era. They're doing alright. They're doing okay. We'd like to see them do something, though, because, you know, they have the two cities they settled, and that's it, really. Same goes for Babylon. These guys are both pretty strong, and they've only fought each other once, and nothing happened, and Assyria have twice tried to attack Armenia, and realised that is the dumbest idea anyone has ever had. Ever. But we'll see. We'll see. Austria have got a settler. They're pondering whether to use it or not. Don't know if they will. Still, Europe, Western Europe, just staying very quiet. And I looked at it. Spain are very behind technology compared to Portugal and France. So they should be worried. But, you know, they seem fine. Nothing's happening yet. And Mali completing Big Ben. That is... There you go, Mali. Good job. Mali, surprise one. I had a brief look, as I said. But, biggest land area goes to Mali. Sometimes it just looks weird, doesn't it, on the map? But yeah, they do have all this stuff over here, so that probably makes sense. But yeah, that was a bit of a surprise to me, because Zimbabwe on the map, I guess it's because they're consolidated as one huge blob. It just looked a lot bigger. Apparently not, but it looks like Zimbabwe are either just protecting their capital, or they're considering an attack on Rhodesia. Not really sure. Carthage just entered the industrial era too. There you go. But let's see. Yeah, it looks like Ethiopia have defended it. They got this Mihal Safari unit, and that's probably going to be doing a lot of damage too. Quite a bit more advanced than the Mazai's units. And it doesn't look like... Yeah, it looks like the Mazai have failed now. Not going to be able to get that many units over here again. But they're still safe for now. The Great Wall should keep them safe for a little bit longer. But obviously the people to the south of them are getting bigger, getting scarier. Burundi is still advancing pretty well despite losing a city to the Congo. Rwanda probably going to struggle a bit now following that. The Kilwa are still here as well, and they've held off Rhodesia for now. They are pushing through, but I think they should be safe for a little bit longer. Okay, the Zulu do now have that third settler up here ready. Oh, I was talking about Babylon not doing anything. Finally, they had to declare war on Arabia, and they should probably win that pretty easily. Grab a few cities. But yeah, the Zulu are going to settle the 5th city on Madagascar. Don't think there's any more settlers heading that way just yet. There is a random settler up here, Zimbabwe, towards West Africa. I don't really know where that's going. I imagine them... If they squeeze onto that jungle tile, that'd be crazy. But I don't think they'll be able to fit in there. Let's see, at Babylon. So, yep, they're heading towards Damascus first. And Arabia doesn't really have it. They have a few units in the south of the peninsula, but that's not going to help. They're just relying on trade by the look of it across the Red Sea. Oh, no, they got a caravan with Persia too. Arabia, they just never rebuilt their army. Like, they built up everything, tried to attack Oman, and they probably needed that to work. It failed. And now Babylon's coming with a lot of riflemen, a lot of pikemen, some cannons. Should pretty easily get this job done, and the first casualty is probably going to be this worker falling to Babylon, which will be a nice easy one. Of course, Babylon will have to watch out for Assyria though. Look at this border. Syria, plenty of troops here, or maybe Syria might go after somebody else now. The Ottomans, of course, not doing so well anymore after Byzantium managed to take a city from them in a defensive war, which was very impressive. Finally, Oman and Arabia now piecing out. Arabia now knowing what to do. And Persia are sending a lot of units this way too. Maybe they are about to attack Arabia as well. Throw a bit of a spanner in the works. We'll see what happens there. That'd be very interesting if that happened. Babylon making the start. I don't know why they're putting so many units up this side, because the mountain's here, but you know, I thought they would have tried to come around a bit more. But whatever. Egypt have built up quite a bit of a force recently, as Mercuria is driving back the Garamantes away. So Mercuria now looking pretty big with all this land. And yeah, they've driven the Garamantes away. That's very sad. Oh yeah, that's probably why the Garamantes doing well. They did have this city that was probably doing quite well as well. Look at all these furs. It's a lot of resources Mercuria can now trade to somebody else, make some money if they need to. Is there going to be any wars in this region? The Songhai are rebuilding their army. Nigeria's slowly rebuilt up. The Vandals are doing pretty well, by the way, on the Info Addict, at least for science. But I keep saying they're not going to hold on to these cities, but they might. I mean, they've still got them right now. Mali have quite a big army, but it's stuck over here, I think. I just don't think they can get it back. Benin have rebuilt pretty well. So that's interesting. So they're all pretty strong at the moment. 2 new wars. Persia v Rhodesia is a bit of a random one. I know that's a big one, but we'll get onto that in a second. The Vandals just completing the Louvre Museum. I think it's a museum. Art gallery museum thing. Yeah, a bit both. Casablanca, settled by Morocco into the desert, and Greece did declare war on Austria. They made the first move in Europe, and okay, Zimbabwe joined. Okay, Zimbabwe, yep, they were going to attack Rhodesia. Rhodesia have been throwing units and having them destroyed by Kilwa, so Zimbabwe could do well here, but they are behind on technology, so we'll see if anyone else joins in. Like if Burundi gets involved, that could be big. Obviously, if the Congo, this would be an ideal time, but their army is currently mainly, it's sort of split up, but mainly towards Burundi there, but they are very spread out. Luckily, they have a lot of roads. They can maneuver around very, very quickly if they need to. But we'll see if Rome joins in against Austria. That'd be really bad for Austria. But at the moment, I think Rome are happy just to keep all these units here in order to keep Greece at bay. Meanwhile, we're seeing it's Greece's turn now. See how much progress they make. As it decides what they do. Maybe let's look away. Let's see. Their turn took ages. Okay, now let's go back and have a look. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Austria have built up a lot of units recently. They didn't have this that many videos ago, but now they've got quite a bit of stuff, so they should be able to fight them off, which is good for them. Not so good for Greece, because they're gonna have to probably invest a lot of units here, and that could leave them open to an attack from Rome. And if Rome could maybe get like Byzantium's help or even France's help, well, not really France because it's Greece they're going after. I don't know. Someone in Africa's help maybe. I don't know. Egypt don't really have many boats. They have a couple of caravels, but not too bothered by what's going on. Babylon beginning this, and yeah, maybe Persia are going to get involved. I don't know, but Babylon haven't really got it started just yet. Ethiopia is going to survive just fine. And Zimbabwe just getting things started. Looks like they're probably going to take this 17 population city. Oh no, okay, they're going back for the capital again. There's a lot of Congo units coming up around this coast. I'm not really sure where they're going or who they're at war with. I think it might be the Mazai, but I don't know who it is. But if it is the Mazai, they should be fine. They've got enough frigates. But yeah, I just don't know who they're at war with. The Ottomans entering the industrial era. Good job, guys. Not having the best time anymore, but you know, you did well. They're probably going to fall behind Byzantium now because they've got Adrianople here and Constantinople, both very, very large. Compared to, say, only Istanbul being only 16 for the Ottomans. So yeah, they'll be okay, probably. Greece struggling. They're going to take ages to do this. They need to get these units through the mountains, which is like the hardest part. The road's going to get clogged up, so it's going to be tough. This could go really well for Austria. Obviously, we'll see what Rome do as that happens. Songhai, Rome, Kilwa having their turns. Rhodesia piecing out with Kilwa, and Kilwa gave them Zanzibar. Why would you do that, guys? You didn't need to do that, but that's a big gain for Rhodesia. But obviously, if they lose their capital, then that could be pretty bad for them. The Mazai peace out with Ethiopia. They didn't take anything in the peace deal, just making sure, because Ethiopia shouldn't have given anything away, like the Kilwa did. I know so many people are rooting for Kilwa as well. They'll be very annoyed to see them just give away a city like that, but It happens. You never know, they might get it back one day, but we'll see how this goes for Zimbabwe first. And it looks like Burundi might be considering joining in as well, putting some units here, but at the same time they've got to be worried about the Congo, which is great. You know, that's pretty. Burundi are in one of the toughest spots. They are surrounded by all sides by civs. They got Kilwa to the east, Rhodesia to the south, Congo to the west. I mean, Ethiopia and Rwanda aren't the strongest to the north, but they're still there. There's no, like, you know, like the Zulu. As long as the Zulu knows Zimbabwe are preoccupied, they're fine. And also they have a lot of stuff. Like, they have 2 more settlers as well, but they have a lot of stuff here. While southern Zimbabwe is just empty. If they were to launch an invasion now, Shaka, I know you want to. You'd have a lot of success. I mean, you could probably upgrade these impies and just have like a giant army of musketmen that would look a lot better. But they don't want to, so what can we do? It might not even be musketmen, but whatever they upgrade to, they could do it. But obviously they're choosing not to, by the looks of things. How are you doing, Babylon? Okay, Babylon's starting to make some good progress. I imagine next turn they should have done enough damage to take this city. Rhodesia just had their turn, so they're holding on for now. Zimbabwe are trying to attack 2 cities at once, which is never a good sign. It looked like they were going to focus on this city for a minute, and that would have been a really good one to take, but they failed in that. And Babylon, there you go, taking Damascus. Maybe they will unite the Arabian Peninsula, or consolidate it. If they go after Arabia, then maybe Oman. That would be pretty cool to see if they could do that, and they'd be pretty strong then. But yeah, they take Damascus. Gonna have to push a bit further south and through some more mountains then to get to Medina. And I imagine Mecca and Baghdad are too far away for this war effort, especially with Assyria watching. They can see a city here, 24 population, just out in the open. That might be quite tempting for them. Poor old Huns, just up here, not having the best game. Usually Attila does quite well, and yep, Austria is doing a good job keeping the Greeks back, which is impressive. I thought they could have been done for then. See what Rome does. It's their turn now. Yep, Rome are just staying out of it, which is probably a smart move. France is building some frigates. They look pretty strong. Actually, quite a few people have frigates now. They're not the biggest surprise anymore. See them sailing around the Mediterranean. I think Spain should have definitely gone for a city here. They could have definitely settled as well, so they probably should have got one, at least another city in here early in the game. And that's probably cost them. Although they've still, you know, they've not fought Portugal yet, and Rhodesia just entered the modern era. Now I might have missed that, because I know they're not the leaders. It's very close at the top on technology, but I imagine the Congo are already there, potentially. I don't know, but they might. I think they were just winning by 1 tech, but it's very close at the top. But obviously you'll get to see that in 30 turns or so. But they do have an ironclad. That's the first one of those we've seen so far, and ideology, that is the second one, I believe. There was one like a couple of videos ago, wasn't there? That was a while back, but let's have a look. Yeah, so Rhodesia went order, and Zimbabwe, being at war with Rhodesia, has gone for autocracy. Be interesting. They're both similar. Actually, let's just say no one's got like a dominant amount of tourism. Nigeria have got a lot, but I don't see them picking a ideology anytime soon. So that could mean that what could it mean, George? What could it mean? It could mean that there's going to be more of a, because normally we just have one dominant ideology, and anyone that goes against it gets destroyed. That's normally what happens in the late game. Don't think we'll see that this time. I think we'll see more balance between the ideologies, because there's not really that much in it for technology. So we'll see. We'll see. But Babylon, you making more progress? Oh, you're just trying to hold on to this city at the moment. You should be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Zimbabwe, I don't know what they're trying to do right now, but it's not working for them. And this is probably only going to end up being good news for Rhodesia, because obviously they just grabbed a 14 population city for free, basically. And it didn't even have to take any damage. Well, it wasn't for free, because they lost a few units trying, but you know what I mean. Carthage looking like they've got a fair few units. Maybe Morocco seem a bit empty, but then again, it might just be more spread out, more boats. But I don't know. I don't really know. what's going on over there. Greece have still held on to this city, and that is going to be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new around here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.